Hey, this is Matt Boggs, and today we're going to talk about regret. Perhaps there might be something from your past that you feel regret around. Maybe it was an action that you took that you don't like the result that you got, and so you feel regret around that. Or maybe it was an action you didn't take and an opportunity passed you by, and when you think about that, you feel regret. A client of mine emailed me recently and said, "Hey, Matt, I'm feeling really regretful about this. I took this action and I feel like I chased this guy away and now we don't have a connection anymore, and it's really getting in the way of me meeting new guys. When I'm going on these new dates, I'm feeling this regret from this past experience. So what can I do to set that down?" Which is a great question, because regret becomes heavy energy that ties us to an old negative result that we don't want. And it definitely gets in the way of us creating what we do want, a new, fresh result in our lives. So I'm going to share with you three steps or three strategies that you can use to help clear the energy of past regret from your life. And so to begin, I will tell you a story about something that I regretted from my past that I had to use these three steps on to help clear the energy. So in my early 20s, I moved to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, because I wanted an adventure. I wanted to learn Spanish. I wanted to live in another country. And my best friend at the time, Chris, moved down there with me. And I had a whole image in my mind, a whole plan in my mind for what we would be doing together. We'd be camping in Cabo Pulmo, these adventurous places. We'd take road trips together. We'd go surfing together. We'd learn how to surf. We'd explore the Baja together. But to make ends meet, we both needed to get jobs. And so I ended up getting a sales job at this resort called the Westin. And I sucked at sales. I wasn't any good. I didn't know how to sell anything. My previous career, I was a biology teacher. And so there's that in me also that always wants to be the best. I'm always striving to be like the top of the class and the best. And so there was this drive in me to get really good at sales. So both Chris and I, we were studying. He was working at another resort. I was working at the West, and both in sales. So every day we'd come home and we'd study sales. We'd practice our sales presentations to each other. We'd go meet with great salespeople and learn from them. And we were studying, working. About 6 months into this, we both kind of started to get some results. We were getting better and better, and we were kind of finding our way in sales. One Saturday, I'm up early, I'm cooking breakfast. He comes down the stairs. He said, "Matt, oh my God, I had the most vivid dream last night." I said, "Well, what was it?" He said, "I had a dream that I married Natalie, his girlfriend." You see, he was dating a girl back home. She was getting her master's degree. So she was studying all the time. She goes, "Yeah, go to Mexico with Matt and you guys have an adventure." I mean, she was cool like that. So he goes, "Matt, I had this dream. I married Natalie. We were living in this beautiful house. I've got 2 little kids running around, and it was so real. That's the life that I want." I said, "Oh my gosh, man, that's cool. Like, congratulations." He goes, "No, I'm going to marry Natalie." I said, "Awesome." He goes, "No, I'm moving home, man. Like, I'm going to move home and propose." And I said, well, when are you leaving?" And he goes, "Now." And I felt my heart drop, because we had a plan to be there for 2 years. And we had only been there 6 months, and we hadn't done any of the adventuring that I wanted to do, because we had been so focused on the sales stuff. We didn't go to Cabo Pulmo. We didn't ride all over the beaches. We didn't do the surfing. We didn't do any of that stuff. And so literally he buys a ticket. It's Saturday. On Sunday, I'm driving him to the airport, and I walk him to the gate, and I see him walking off with his pulling the luggage, and tears fill my eyes, and I just have this overwhelming sadness. From my best friend, and just the opportunity that we missed out on, all the adventures that we missed because we were so focused. I was so focused on trying to be the best in sales. And so driving home from the airport that day, I've got tears running down my face, and I'm feeling this overwhelming sadness and this regret for how could I let this opportunity to live in another country with my best friend really slip through my fingers, because I was so focused on the sales. And I was feeling really bad about that. And at the same time, I knew I had to shift that energy, because that energy wasn't going to serve me. And so after a few days of feeling that way, I implemented these 3 principles and it really helped me shift that energy, and I know it can help you too. Principle number one is compassion. Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for the fact that you're not perfect, that you're going to make mistakes. Every one of us is going to make mistakes. We're not going to respond the perfect way every time. We're not going to seize every opportunity every time. It's okay. That's part of being human. Have compassion for yourself. Be a soft place to fall. And if you want to know how to do that, if you want to practice that can really ramp up the compassion for yourself, I'll link one up right here for you. This is a complimentary training video that I did that really talks about self-love and how to have compassion. I'll put it in the description as well. You can click that link. It's free to opt in. It's a free training video from me to you that will really help expand the compassion that you have for yourself. So I forgave myself for focusing on the wrong thing in that moment, not having that experience. The second strategy is faith. Have faith that we don't understand the whole picture. We don't understand how this is going to work out and how this is going to serve us later down the road. But have faith in the GOD, the grand overall design, and knowing that there's some reason that everything happens. What if there's a reason that everything happens? What if there was some good in everything that happened? And to look for what good you can create out of it. So I started to look for what good I could create, and that leads you to step number 3, which is a commitment to learning and growth. And so I committed myself to learning from that experience and to learn that never again will I be so focused on some aspect of success that I miss the connection that's right in front of me. Never again will I be so focused on achieving some result that I miss the love that's available right here and right now. And so those 3 principles, compassion for yourself, faith that some good is in this, and then learning from that and committing to grow yourself, you can overcome the regret. You can heal from that. And then you can apply it to create new, more amazing experiences in your life moving forward. Let me tell you, that experience with my friend in Mexico has impacted my life since then. Has impacted my life so many different decisions. One just quick example of this. My daughter, Isabella, my oldest, she's 3 now. When she was 6 months old, she did not want to be put down to go to sleep. We had to rock her to go to sleep. And there were many nights after, imagine 3 weeks in a row of rocking her to sleep. My back is burning. My arms are tired. And the moment I try to put her down, she cries. And okay, I'm going to rock her. The moment in me saying, look, the goal is to get her to sleep. But don't miss the process. Don't miss the connection that's right here. And so in my mind, I imagine myself a sponge to the moment, a sponge to the love. And what a precious moment this is, holding my daughter, getting to rock her. I know it's been 45 days in a row. This is one more day that I'm a sponge to the love that is there. And eventually she grew out of that. She's 3 now. She doesn't want to be rocked to sleep. She wants to be put down. I will never again rock her to sleep in the same way I did when she was 6 months old. That chapter is gone forever. And I am so grateful to the version of me who learned the lesson with my buddy Chris in Mexico, because that helped me be present to the precious moment that I had with my daughter, that precious phase of being able to be a sponge to the connection and rocking her to sleep, that I didn't miss that. And so my question for you is, what can you learn from a past experience that's making you better today? What's something that you may have regretted from the past that's going to make you better today? And here's the point. When you implement these 3 steps, or you implement compassion and faith and commitment to learning in yourself, there's one final booster that you want to have. And that is to leave it in the past. You see, the limiting beliefs, they're going to want to try to drag it into the future. They're going to want to try to drag it into the present moment. They're going to say, that thing that happened in the past, remember that, feel that, and you'll be tied to a past negative emotion. Instead, when you if there's a part of you that wants to remember the mistake that you made, remember the wrong action that may have happened, you say, no, that was then, this is now. That was then, this is now. That's a great affirmation you can use to draw a line in the sand to create a fresh, new experience for you moving forward. So my question to you is, what is something that you have learned from in your past that has now changed your life for the better? Go ahead and post that in the comment section below. What's something you've learned from the past that's made you better post that below. I'm gonna love checking those comments out. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, join the community. We have an amazing, heart-centered, like-minded community of conscious people who are working on expanding the love in our lives and being greater expressions of light into this world. So click that subscribe button so that you are the first to get the latest and greatest videos. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.